Welcome to Padel Smash Academy.
And we are all things paddle.
Welcome back, guys, to Padel Smash Academy. And today we're going to talk about PCA, Padel Coach Association. Okay. And Julian, I know that you're a board member there, or the president, right?
The president, exactly. I'm the president of
Presidente,
the
right?
El Presidente, the Padel Coaches Association.
So let's talk a little bit about that. What is that? What do they have to offer to coaches, to people? So why don't we go from there?
Well, let me tell you all how the whole thing started, how the PCA or the Padel Coaches Association started. For the past couple of years, we have been getting and building more courts here in the United States. But I do a lot of consulting, and a lot of the clubs, most of the clubs, if not all of the clubs, one of the major things or the problems they have is they don't have enough coaches, or they don't have coaches at all. And they're always calling me and asking me, where can I get a coach? Where can I get a coach? And this idea, we started working on this idea maybe, about a year ago in creating a Padel Coaches Association, which is an association where we bring all padel coaches together, and with the benefits that the padel coaches will have an association that represents them, and for clubs to look for coaches in the association.
So now, why do you think there's such a big demand in coaches?
Well, I mean, the main reason, how do you learn to play any sport, or how do you learn to something? You need a coach, you need an instructor, you need a teacher. So one of the major components is the chicken and the egg. You have a paddle court, but if you don't have a good coach, how are you going to introduce new players into the sport? And that equation is crucial for you to succeed as a club owner, as a paddle player, because if you don't know how to play paddle properly, you will never improve.
Yeah.
Just to give an example, in tennis, or let's say tennis and pickleball, you have a total of 6-7 strokes or shots that you have to learn. In paddle, you have 39 different shots that you have to learn. So that's a huge number of shots and skills that you need to develop. And without the proper coach, you will never reach that goal of learning every single shot. Not to perfection, but at least for you as a player to understand how to play paddle better.
Right, or correctly.
Correctly. So we as a PCA association, or Padel Coaches Association, we are the middle person, or the middle link between the coach and the club. Let's say you're a club, right? And you're looking for a coach. So we provide that service where you can come to us as a Padel Coach Association and look for coaches. So we have a place on the website where you can post a job. If you're a coach, you can find a job, and we are the middle link. And what we try to do is try to vet the coaches and do the background check and make sure that you're getting the right coach for the right position that you're looking for. For example, right now we're building a club in San Francisco, and we're looking for a paddle coach, but not only for a paddle coach, but a paddle coach manager, which it has to be a person or a coach that is very good on the paddle court coaching and teaching, and also a good manager who can run a club, meaning they can run programs, they can run tournaments, they can bring people together, they can run events and things like that. The complete package. So we help you find that coach that fits the right position for your club.
So let me ask you a question. In your association, is it just training as being a coach, or do you guys train in those other areas? Because that seems kind of like the day-to-day business of a club.
Correct. So what we provide, we try to, if you're already a coach and you have a certification, we put you in a database. Now, if you want to become a coach, we'll help you do a certification. We help you get the right certification for the position that you want to get as a coach. So we're trying to work with both, but it's a much more personalized service for the club to find the right position for the person that you for the position that you're looking for. So the right person for the position that you're looking for.
Okay, so I got another question. Let's just say I want to be a coach, right? Well, I'm a certified coach, but I want to actually be an active coach, right? What's the first step? What should I do? I'm just a paddle player, let's just say for now, and I don't have no certifications. What's the first thing that I do?
So if you're a paddle player, you love the sport, best thing to do if you want to start working, making this a profession. And just to be very specific, the moment you put the word professional in front of any letter, it's a tennis professional, paddle professional, that means that you're monetizing your profession. You're a professional. So not everybody can be a professional. You need certain skills from the coaching point of view, from the appearance point of view, from the way you talk to players, the way you perform your job inside the paddle court. So best thing to do is first register on our website. You will see a link on the menu where it says register, and then you can upload all your information and we'll put you in our database. And from there, we can help you find the right place and the right job for you.
So what if the person is not certified?
Okay.
So what's the first step? But they're good, player. They understand the game and they understand all the shots of paddle. But they want to pursue a coaching career, but they don't have a certification.
That's a fantastic question, and we get that question. I get that question asked every single time. And remember, all of you, it's not because you're a good paddle player that means that you're a good coach. There are two complete different things, okay? Not because and it happens in all sports, no, because one thing is to coach and teach, and the other thing is to play the sport. So it's very important for you to understand that the way you communicate is very important when you're a coach. The way you demonstrate, it's very important when you're a coach. The way you show the transitions to each specific shot is very important. One of the most important things is how you feed the shot. Remember that in paddle, it's very difficult. Let's say you're doing a back wall, side wall feed. If you don't know very precise and you hit it right there in that precise corner, the student will get frustrated because it will never hit a good shot. So all those things, they're learning skills that the only way you can learn is by you getting a certification. And on top of that, it's putting hours on the court, feeding and coaching.
Well, you made some good points there. I didn't know communications was a big part of coaching. I can see that there is,
It's huge.
And yeah, that's great. So if I was a coach and I wanted to do this, is this something that I could do part-time or just really like a career I can move forward in? How does that work when it comes
that's
to that?
Also a great question. One of the things that we ask when you fill out the application is, are you looking for a part-time job? 20 or less hours per week? Are you looking for a full-time job? And that's why we are the middle link in between the club, because some clubs are looking for a part-time coach or they're looking for a full-time coach. So that's very important when you fill out the application, check that mark to tell us exactly what you're looking for. Actually, we got a response from the San Francisco club, a young kid from Spain, he's studying and living in San Francisco, and he's looking for a part-time job. Maybe that will be a good person to work under the supervision of the head paddle coach. So It depends what you're looking for. We're trying to find and help you find the right job. And if not, we try to coach you into how to get to the right job.
Okay. And then one that wants to be full-time, what does that really involve and what experience do they need?
Full-time is very simple. Full-time means it's 40 hours or more. So if you're willing to put full-time, there are two categories. One is a paddle coach where you only do work on the court, coaching on the court, and the other one is the paddle coach manager. That's where we're looking right now in San Francisco, that it will be a person that is excellent on the court and excellent outside the court. And what I mean by that, it's a 50-50. 50% of the time is going to be working inside the court, doing clinics, lessons, semi-privates and things like that. The other 50% will be promoting the club, doing programming. So those are two separate things. Like I said, not only you have to learn how to coach, but also how to do management. It's very, very important. Club management is a big part of being a good paddle coach.
So does PCA do that? Train on managing coaches, managing clubs as well?
Yes, we do. We offer that service as a consulting service for you to help you manage that club. How to set up, first of all, the SOPs, standard operating procedures. We create specific for that position for that club. What are the requirements for that specific position if you want to be a paddle club manager? You can also be only a club manager and not a paddle coach. A lot of the clubs that they're trying to do that, they're good, managers which doesn't mean that you have to know how to play paddle. And then they hire the coaches to work on inside the coach. So there are two separate things, or you can do both. But that's the most important thing. It's we help you, we train you, and for the clubs, we help them find the right person for that position.
If somebody wanted to be a coach or a manager, what's the initial investment they would have to make when becoming let's say a coach or a manager or both?
Let's say you want to be a coach, right? So first thing to do is you got to get certified. And the importance of getting certified is the benefits that you get from it. And one of the major benefits, especially here in the United States, is the on-core liability insurance. That some of the certifications they offer, some of them they don't, right? And within that, I will explain that. But when I'm hiring someone, a paddle coach, first thing I ask them, are you certified? Because I know you put the effort and the investment to become better as a paddle coach, right? So right now, let's talk about certifications. Out there are quite a few certifications. The most well-known, we know that we have Padel MBA. That's worldwide. Here in the United States, that is run by Marcos Del Pilar, which is they have an incredible digital platform, and they have a person. I think that you did that.
Yep, that's where I got my certification.
That's a very, very good. They do a very good job. That zone also, they're in connection with Padel Nuestro. They're very well known. What benefits that you get? Not that many. Just you get the certification, and pretty much that's it. And then you have access to the videos and things like that, right? After you finish.
It's a long process.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good, but I don't have nothing else to compare to.
Exactly.
Because I just did that one.
Good. And how much you pay for it?
I think it was like $400 or something.
$400.
Roughly around that.
Yeah. So $399, $400.
They also had the management part.
Exactly.
Too, that you could purchase as well.
And they have also a management part platform that is, I think it's $800
I think
or
if you do the whole thing, it's like $800.
Yeah. No, I think I looked it up. The management part is also, but that's only, it's not becoming a certified coach, it's how to manage clubs. So they have it separate. Mm-hmm. Then you have the USPTA now is doing United States Professional Tennis Association. Now they're doing certifications for pickleball, platform tennis, and Padel. So they're doing that. But I think they're doing that under the umbrella of Padel MBA, Marcos Del Pilar. So you go back again to Marcos Del Pilar and Padel MBA. And then you have the PCR, that's under the umbrella of the PTR, Professional Tennis Registry. And the PCR stands for Padel Coaches Registry. I'm what we call it a clinician. So I work directly with the PCR, and I certify coaches. So I'm part of that segment of the certification, process. And those are pretty much what they are. Here in the United States, there are many other certifications around the world, but they're not here in the United States.
All right, buddy. I think people just want to know how much is it.
Yes. So the PCR, $399, same thing as the Padel MBA. So there's not much different. But here's the big kick. The PCR and I believe the USPTA, you get liability insurance. Meaning, if something, let's say you're playing with a student, and the student steps on a paddle ball, they break a leg. Now you're liable because he was under your supervision.
So let me ask you a question. So that $399 is you get the certification, and that's one-on-one, like with you or with another coach.
The certification?
Yeah.
So the certification, usually we get a minimum in between 8 and 12 players that they come and do the certification.
And how long is it?
It's 2 days.
2 days. Okay.
Yeah.
And on top of it, you get insurance, for 1 year?
Every time you renew, your insurance renews with your membership.
Okay, so hold on a second. So you pay $399, and so every year you pay $399 for the insurance, pretty much. It's a renewal that comes with insurance.
Exactly. I mean, they call it the membership, but it's in reality you're paying for the insurance.
So let me ask you a question: If somebody were to get insurance somewhere else, right, from a carrier, how much would that cost them? Are they saving money, or is it pretty much the same?
That's a very good question. Honestly, you can get it cheaper. They don't have the true definition of paddle coach certification, but you can call any of the insurance companies, and they have it under the sports athletics liability insurance,
Okay.
which covers things inside tennis courts and things like that.
But you won't get the support from PCA. And
Exactly.
You won't get
Exactly.
all the other benefits.
Exactly.
Right?
Which Padel MBA doesn't give you any benefits. You don't get insurance from it. So at the end of the day, we are in the infancy of Padel Coaches certifications. There's a lot of room to grow and to create benefits. The Padel Coaches Association, what it's trying to do is creating partnerships with all of them and try to bring everything together under the same umbrella. Same thing we're working with, we're talking to different brands. For the coaches who become members of the PCA, they will get free equipment. Similar when you become a tennis coach, you get free rackets, clothing, apparel, some shoes, some thermal bags, and things like that. So you get some benefits. Maybe you get worth a couple of $100 worth of equipment.
So now, do you guys have a management program as well?
We do a consulting program right now, club management consulting program. But yeah, we're developing a consulting program for a management program.
That's great.
Which that will be one of the major issues here in the United States with more clubs opening.
Okay, so let's talk about coaching, right? I wanted to be a coach. I want a career in a coach. Now I know how much the investment will be, about $399, and I would continue to have to pay that for insurance because you'd need that liability per occurrences in case something happens, right? So what's the next step? Is this like a 1099 type of business, or is it a W-4? Are you actually working for a club, or are you independent? And what's the expectations of when it comes to a salary or revenue for the year?
That's a very good question. Now we're going more into the nitty gritty. I love it.
Yes, because if somebody wants to be a coach, right? They want to say, well, I'm passionate about this, but can I make a living out of it? Or is this, part-time or it's part-time right now. And then eventually maybe it becomes full-time depending on the club's needs. So I think most people are, interested in that.
So we can separate in two things. So if you're a part-time coach, you will be always a 1099. You're an independent contractor, right? My suggestion to you guys, because I've been doing this for quite a few decades, it's create your own company, let's say an LLC, and have all the checks paid until the name of the company. Mm-hmm. That will be easier for you when you do taxes, and you can deduct pretty much everything. But don't tell anyone. That's a good way for you to save money on taxes.
Oh, it's pretty much the only. Well, I guess there's different ways, but that's probably the smartest way. I mean, yes. But remember, you have to hold your own withholding Social Security,
exactly,
because at the end of the year you're gonna have to pay.
Yes.
That, right?
But if you're young, you're new, so those are the things that we learn through years of experience.
Okay, so now if I'm gonna go to a club and I'm going to use the resources like the core, and I'm training somebody, I have somebody coming in. How much on average are they charging that person? That
So if you're an outside coach?
I'm a coach, and now I'm bringing in a person who wants to learn, right? Yes. So I'm going to coach them. How much do I charge them per hour? What's the normal rate?
But here's the tricky part, and let me finish the question before. So now when you become, usually if you're a part-time, you're a 1099. So now you become full-time. The club can decide if you're a 1099 or a W-2, right? So now you're employed by the club.
Okay.
Here's the rule in Florida. If you work more than 32 plus hours, automatically you become a full-time employee by law. They can't get away from that. So if you're working 32 hours plus, they have to pay benefits. Okay.
Well, that's if you're a W-4, W-2 employee.
W-2.
Right.
Yeah,
so independent, you don't have to.
Yes, but it's illegal for you if you're working more than 32 hours as an independent.
Well, no, as an independent, you can work anywhere.
But
if you're only working there,
exactly,
then it becomes a little tricky.
Exactly.
But if you coach, at a different club once a year, even twice, then you're really independent.
But most of the clubs, the mistake they do is they have everyone under 1099 and they haven't worked, 40, 50 hours a week.
All the time. Yeah.
So yes, you can work anywhere, but because you have the majority of your job at that specific club and you're reaching that 32 plus hours.
It puts you into kind of a W2, W4 situation. If the Department of Labor comes down,
Yes.
that company might be in trouble. So, so now you have benefits, right? They have to participate in Medicare, Social Security, right? They may have to offer you, health insurance,
Yeah.
right? And they may have a program for that.
Yeah.
So what is the let's say you get to that point, after 3, 4, 5 years, you have experience and the club wants really to have you full time, what's expected salary plus benefits, what's over the value of your salary and benefits and everything?
So that's a very good question. So it depends of the location. And I'll give you an example. Miami, very expensive city. San Francisco, very expensive city. So right now for the San Francisco position, I'll give you an example. We're offering, a base salary of $70,000, right? Plus revenue from lessons, programs, and all that. So that could be a salary of maybe, if you do a good job, if you're very competent, 120, 130, 140,000.
But that's somebody who has, 5 or maybe 10 years plus experience. That's knowledgeable. But let's talk about the, a person who just is, few years and now they're going to, be full-time on the club here in Miami.
Yeah. So if you do the numbers, it's very simple. Let's say lessons are $100. You make 50% of that. So it's $50. You work part-time, 20, 30 hours, let's say 20 hours a week. So how much is that? It's $1,000 a week. $4,000 a month.
So about $52,000 a year, plus maybe some benefits that may equal to another $5,000 or $6,000.
Yeah.
So the overall package may be around $60,000 a year.
So if you work only 20 hours a week, so that's pretty easy to reach.
20 hours?
20 hours a week.
Okay. So that's part-time.
That's part-time. So if you work only 4 hours a day, let's say 5 days a week, and you take weekends off.
Okay, so that's not bad. Somebody can make a living out of this.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, so run me through that process. I'm independent, right? I bring somebody in, that I'm going to coach. What is the overall cost of the core, the charge? How much you charge them, the client, and how much do we get out of that?
As a club owner?
No, as a coach.
As a coach. Usually, when you go and work for a club, the club is the one who sets up the prices.
Okay.
Just to give you an example, here in Miami, they charge about $100 a lesson.
Okay.
The coach makes about 50%, 60%, 70%, depending on your experience.
Oh.
That's the number that you get.
That's great.
And then the club provides all the equipment. You have to bring your own paddle or racket. Then the club provides the balls, the baskets, and your court time.
That's not bad. So anywhere from $50 to $60, $70 max, depending on the. Right. That's not bad at all.
No, I mean it's a pretty good lifestyle. Let me tell you.
Yeah, and you're doing something you love, right?
Exactly. You do something that you love. You get to meet unbelievable people from all over the world. And look, it's an exciting sport to teach, coach, and play. And like I tell you, that's the reward that I get when I walk into the court to coach someone. Sometimes I get people that they never played before any racket sports, and within 20 minutes, half an hour, they're loving it. They're in love with it within half an hour. I mean, that reward, it's incredible.
So let's talk a little bit more about the PCA, Padel Club Association.
Yes. Look, like I said, it's the hub where clubs and coaches come together, and I call it the Tinder of paddle clubs and coaches. Okay, we match them together. So you're a club, you're a coach. We bring you together, and we find the right fit for you. Let's call it the Tinder of paddle. That will be an ideal name for it. I really like it. So it's finding that hub where the two of you can get together, and not only that, you can get resources, coaching resources. You can get coaching videos. Actually, we're doing a whole series of videos,
it's gonna be great.
Coaching videos that we're gonna put in the Padel Smash Academy video, but also we're gonna use those videos to use for the Padel Coaches Association. So look, there's always something new to learn. There's always a new drill to learn, And this will be the place for you go and look at the video library that we will have. We're adding new videos every single day for you to learn the basics of how to coach paddle. Like I said, not because you're a good paddle player, that means that you're a good coach, or vice versa. But this is a place for paddle coaches.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us at Padel Smash Academy. I hope you've learned a lot. And if you're interested in coaching, we'll have all the information below, or you can contact Julian or myself directly.
Yes. And don't forget, if you're a paddle coach looking for a job, or if you're a club looking for a paddle coach, come to the PCA. It's Padel Coaches Association.com or .org. Look us up. Thank you, guys. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications.
And remember, it's free $99. It doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button.
Thanks for tuning in to Padel Smash Academy. We hope you'll find our videos informative, helpful in improving your game and learning all things paddle.
So until next time, keep improving your game. And remember, learn, play, and share.